Hello everyone, happy Friday. So today I thought I'd talk about HR roles as a virtual assistant. Um, so um, I've done some sourcing for my clients before, and my go-to place for looking for freelancers is of course Upwork. But I also do try with my close network. I message them on Messenger. And I've also tried LinkedIn for overseas recruitment. And then I've also tried using Facebook groups, right? Like Upwork, Freelancers Pilipinas, things like that. So if you're doing HR roles, it's always best to be clear on the job description. It's so hard to announce a job requirement when you're not clear on the objectives, the roles, what the budget is, when it's needed. When I talk about roles, I'm also you always hear me saying that it's important to have all the information beforehand. Okay, so in all roles it's like that, even in recruiting people. Why? Because that's going to be your guide when it's time to screen them. It's your guide to find out, is this person qualified or not. Okay, so if you have your job description, make sure that it's already been approved by the hiring manager, whether that's your client or the HR manager of the company that you're working for. Make sure that if you have any questions about the job description, and all the details, it's always good to be prepared, so that when you post that online, you have all the information and the candidates would know if they're fit to apply or not. And then when they move on to the interview stage, they would know, then you would know what questions to ask them, and what potential questions they could have for you. And also knowing what qualifications are required will help you to devise tests and interview questions that will help you find the best fit for the role. Yeah, so that's just one area is for HR is sourcing, but another area could be reviewing the policies and procedures of the company. So if you have a background in that, that's going to be a strength for you. The company may have existing policies and procedures, and then your job would be to just review it every year. Or if they don't have one in place, that's where you can come in and create the document for the company. That's a big bonus for them. Okay, policies and procedures. And then you can also look into work health safety, compliances, to make sure that if this is something that's an in-person, it's not a digital company. If it's the company is has a physical factory or store, then, and if they employ people on site, then they would always have work health safety. If your role is in HR, then you'd be responsible for making sure that that the company is compliant when it comes to the safety of the workers, their well-being, their benefits and their salaries or their rates are within the acceptable rates. No one is getting underpaid, no one is getting underworked, because if it's a foreign company, then chances are they are pretty strict with these regulations, and if a company is caught to be violating them, then they can face cases. Okay, they can face court times. Okay, so that's another thing. It's compliance. More if the industry, depending on the industry. Okay, if it has to do with food, then there's a additional specific set of compliances for food safety. If, for example, it's equipment, it's about safety of the people moving around so that no one gets into an accident. So that's another thing. The other fun side of being HR is, of course, thinking of ways to engage or to enrich the culture of your company. So you could be involved in planning events or programs or gimmicks that would make it a fun place to work in or to work for. You could think of benefits or perks that can be provided to the employees. That's also a fun thing to do, or planning parties, team building events, or trainings that would be good for them. You'd also be responsible for getting their feedback or reviews on, for example, would you recommend working in this company to your friends and family, so that the company will have like a general idea whether they're a good place to work in, or if the staff enjoy being with them. Yeah, that's something that you can be involved in. So you can also be in charge of finding out what trainings are needed by the people to make sure that they are, what do you call this, that the company takes advantage of their talents. If there are skills gaps, then is it something that needs to be put in the training program of this employee? Yeah, make sure that the payroll is paid on time. And then you might be also involved in checking whether what to do with employees who are underperforming, and what to do if they keep having that trend for a long time. What's the next reasonable step or action? So that's just an overview of what your role can be as an HR. You can also be involved in onboarding them, like what documents do they need to sign, to read, understand when they join the company. Would they be given gadgets, things like that? What do they need to set up? So same thing with exit. If someone's leaving the company, you would be involved in doing the exit interview or offboarding them. Okay, so yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope you all have a great weekend. I will see you guys tomorrow for the webinar on knowing your worth. In the meantime, I hope you all have a good Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.